No.
That's right, because you're a dog.
Dogs can't hold pizza.
What do you mean, inside of them?
No, with their paws.
Oh, I thought you meant like if it goes in, they can't hold on to it. It comes right back out.
Mm-mm.
Don't forget to eat the mic.
Yum.
If I don't eat the mic, I can definitely tell. So that's a good.
Yeah, I'm eating the mic right now.
That's a good cue.
But now I'm not eating the mic.
To keep your face right next to this sponge of bacteria and spittle,
Ass sweat.
butthole sweat.
My guests, I'm too drunk for this.
Do you have to do an introduction?
I'll do the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. My guests today are none other than John Rasmussen and Seth Gibson, formerly known as Bird Politics, the band.
Formerly? I mean, we're still in a band, E-Train. Just because you don't live here doesn't mean the band is dead.
You did say our names. That's an introduction, so we're allowed to talk.
John and I just practiced 2 nights ago, was it?
Yeah, night before last.
It's my pleasure to have on the podcast today 2 members of the band Bird Politics, a band that I'm very partial to because I'm in it. John Rasmussen and Seth Gibson. It's the 525 Records podcast. God, who is that guitar player that just took a dump over that whole fucking song? I mean, God, who is that guy?
Yeah, where did that mix come from?
Elliot, those are still some good chops, buddy.
That was Bird Politics with a song called Walk a
That
Bike.
was from the demo. That was the demo recording, right?
Oh, okay.
Yet unreleased,
Yeah.
recorded by the great Pat Kearns,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Studio 13.
John,
There's a lot missing.
I want to ask you, because I never really knew, but in the verse parts, are you hitting the fucking rim all the time?
Yeah.
That sounds like a bicycle spoke.
Yes.
Like
Click,
a card
click,
in
click,
your fucking,
click,
like
click,
you put a baseball
click.
card in your bike tire or some shit.
Thank God the drummer was rock solid on that cut.
Holy fuck, dude. Those are...
Here's the thing. I think that's the worst version of that song I've ever heard as far as
Really?
the drums go. I'm missing so many good, like, little hits and shit. Like, they're in later versions, that's the demo version. So in later versions, there are a bunch of really good little drum licks and stuff that go on. All absent in that version.
I thought that take was pretty solid, buddy.
I mean, it sounded solid, but there's a lot missing.
John Rasmussen on the drums on that track. Seth Gibson, vocals and guitar.
Yeah, rhythm guitar there.
Yours truly on lead guitar. And then the great Mark Breidenbach. A very underrated bass performance.
Oh, there's a really great.
Not underrated in my mind, dude.
I looked right at Seth and
Always
was like, "Did you
surprises
hear
me.
that bass?"
Yeah. He was a natural bass player because I think of his piano skills and training. Like that left hand instantly comes up on the bass guitar and can do what it's supposed to do, which is walking bass lines and riffs and whatever. But
Oh, we're getting a phone call. You guys want to talk to Andrew?
Yeah, it's cool as shit.
hello?
Hello, welcome to the 525 Records podcast. You're live on the air.
That sounds so much like a voicemail.
You're-
Is that how you send always?
You're actually
Well,
on
actually,
the podcast right now. You're actually on the podcast.
Hey,
we're actually doing a podcast.
All right. Well, I was going to talk to you because I'm kind of in a bind, man. Like I have this big pool tournament tomorrow, but I also have in my cul-de-sac there's going to be a chamber band playing all of this beautiful classical music from maybe 6 to 7:30 or so. And I have to set up the equipment, but I'm going to set it up at like 9:30 in the morning. I'm looking for someone that has a basic understanding of how to work the equipment. If I win at pool, I won't be there. It's very complicated. I want to win at pool. It's very important.
I won't be there either.
I know.
I love
But
you.
you're in Portland. And
I know,
thought,
but I'm not trying to.
I'm trying to think of who can I call? Who can I call for this?
I got big plans tomorrow, buddy. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sorry I dropped out. My phone died.
Oh yeah, no, dude. We're
Yeah, of course. I was. You can't let me making crazy with my phone and not let it die in front of you. It always dies in front of you, and afterwards, you're like, it's dead. Oh my God!
It happens.
What does this all mean? All they have is death in front of me. Yeah. So either way, I thought I would. I would just fucking. I don't know what else to do but call.
Podcast.
Buddy, you talk to me more. You should call me before you fucking come to Portland. And honestly, you don't. And
Andrew misses you.
the only reason you're talking to me now is because I keep calling you.
It's not like I don't
And
feel
you're
bad.
in Portland. No. I don't want you to feel bad. I want you to feel a purpose. Imagine I'm a purpose.
Bro, we got to get you in the studio.
I need water, and you're the water. Yeah.
Dude, you got to, number one, you got to do the podcast again. Number two, we got to get you in the studio. You know, I mean,
Dude, I'm all I want to do is sing. I have the voice of an angel that's been drinking too much and possibly needs to go to bed.
I can't wait to cut that for an
That's who I
ISO.
am always. You know what? That's the best voice you can get. Oh, he sounded just like an angel that was tired and needed to go to bed. I drank too much. Yeah, great fucking. That's the best fucking voice.
Dude, I mean,
Maple Lane Studios is available.
you got to come over
for
here
recording.
and record, bro.
Whoever that is, yes.
Whoa.
That's me, Seth. I've got some.
Yeah.
I've got some
Well,
recording equipment. I understand you do too.
We have hundreds of dollars worth of recording here.
I have this microphone. Okay, so I have this microphone. I'm trying to clean out my fucking shit, but I have this microphone that actually has like an external amp connected to it. I know it's a really good, great tube amp microphone. I've never used it ever. I heard about them online. Someone was selling one for $100. I know they're usually like $400 or $500. So I was like, I'll take this. Yeah.
This is a great segue into one of the mics that we love the most is the Cascade Vinjet Ribbon. And the only reason I know about that mic is because you bought that mic at 525 and then had it for a brief period.
It worked really well for you. Yeah, you loved it.
I borrowed it quite extensive, fell in love with it, and then
I ever tell you, I was like, "Where's my bike at?" I'm joking.
And then you sold it and ripped my heart out, and I was Michael's.
I didn't realize you were so. Yeah, I should have been more adaptive and understanding. I'm sorry. I ripped your heart out.
No, I shouldn't have been borrowing other people's mics.
No, honestly, it's not. But it isn't even anywhere near.
But that's a great mic.
Yeah. It's a great cheap ass mic that I got. It was like, but I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking record, man. I gotta go. Somebody's calling me right now. Somebody's beeping.
Yeah, let's set up a recording time. Bring your mic with you.
Of course. Where are you at, Seth?
Down in Milwaukie.
So I honestly, have I met you? Do you remember meeting me? I don't remember meeting you.
I don't think we've met in person, no. But I know you from the 525 website, and I've listened to your songs and enjoy them.
I appreciate that.
Andrew Leach, the very first artist on the 525 Records record label, he held it down for almost a year by himself as the only artist on 525 Records.
I would also like to give some props to Eat Drain for that video, right? With the
it was good.
the uke going gambling and stuff.
Yeah.
I worked really hard on that.
I mean, I'm sure you didn't, but
it was really
still
good.
awesome video.
Okay.
I'm sure I did. It was hours and hours of work and
Really?
filming at different locations, editing, and then compiling it into a finished product.
I mean, I learned to love that ukulele. We traveled together. We gambled together.
Oh, I couldn't agree more about the subject that you guys are talking about right now.
But if you live for one thing, if you live locally, we should talk more because we live locally.
Bro, I'm going to call you tomorrow, okay?
Not you. I'm talking to your friend.
Yeah, he's talking to me.
Right? Right? You live in Milwaukie. We should be close. We should learn to learn about each other.
But
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because honestly, I am just a musician. I want to play really good music, and I'm starving. I've been starving for a year, like everyone else of us.
Well, we'll have to get together and play some music sometime soon.
Sure, but let's also get together and learn about each other and not worry about the music level. Let's make friends.
wait, you're
Okay.
I can't believe you're hitting on Seth so
we don't
hard.
have to. We don't
You
have
don't even
to,
know what he
but,
looks like. Maybe he's gross.
I don't care what he looks like, man.
You're lying.
If he cares what I look like, we're done. Because I like a fucking ogre here over
Yeah, how are you looking nowadays?
here.
How you feeling, buddy?
Hi. I'm just ogre. Yeah, I'm ogreific.
Oh, you got all your hits.
But a voice of an angel.
So if you had to sum yourself up in one word,
I got the fucking voice of an angel up over here.
I look like an ogre, though.
I look like an ogre, but I got the voice of a fucking angel.
Give me a little break here.
These hands look like such strong hands.
Is that an ogre quote?
No, that's actually a quote from Never Story.
Oh, yeah,
That's
the rock
when,
guy.
The rock guy couldn't hold on, and nothing took it over so bad. He was like, "These hands look like such strong hands."
Every morning I wake up and I'm like, these hands look like such strong hands, but then I go to work and I'm like, no, I need to ask people to help me
You're
with
like,
this stuff.
Yeah, like Jaws squeezing lemons. You're like, I'm just not squeezing them enough.
Yeah, not with this carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
No squeezing anything.
That's what's better is step on lemons than squeezing. It's a hard choice. I step on it or I squeeze it. It's a hard choice.
dude, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. We're gonna set it all up.
All right. I'll talk to you later. I think you were talking to me. So
No, and thanks for calling in to the 525 Records
Modulator,
podcast.
dude.
Am I still on some podcast? This is ridiculous.
You're actually on the podcast now, buddy. You're gonna listen to this and probably.
Before I wasn't though. I was just like floating around.
That was the test run. This is the actual real
No,
podcast.
we already told you on the
Tesseract.
podcast, so this is all.
It was like a
this is all for the
Tesseract. It was
game.
like it wasn't a Tesseract. It was a Tesseract. I was fucking floating around in like a 4D, a 6D space where. All right, I'm drunk. I'm sorry. Bye.
Oh no, I
Dude.
can't wait to be where I'm working on getting where you are right now.
Oh, he hung up. He hung up.
Not thank God, but I didn't want to have to keep explaining myself. I mean, as far as me wanting to feel like he feels, because that sounded awesome.
You
I'm
should
like,
tell
damn,
Andrew
I wish I was an
to go
outer
listen to
fucking
the other
space.
artists on 525's
I don't think
website.
he has.
No,
I don't think he
doesn't.
Does he know who did his album
He
art?
doesn't know that there's anyone else on the label.
Elliot? Did he
mean-
like his album art?
He seemed to have heard your stuff, so
Mine stuff.
Yeah, he's
he's
stalking
like,
you.
yeah, I've heard you, heard your music recently.
Oh, really?
Like, we need
I
to
missed
get
that.
to know each other.
He was like kind of really like dating, wanted to date
He knows that I live nearby, and he
Did you give him
wants
your
to play
number?
music. I think we did not exchange numbers.
Did he send you a dick
But
pic? yet?
Elliot did give him my address, so that's
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
you. I gotta cut this out.
You can say Maple Lane Studios. You know how many Maple Lanes are on the planet Earth? I don't know, like 7.
What was your favorite Bird Politics gig back in the day? So, like, one of my memorable ones is that I think it was Kyle's birthday. We had it was a whole outdoor setup. We rented a van, brought all the gear.
Yeah, that was at his
Oh.
house in the barn.
We were all
What?
super frosty for that.
Oh,
They just got that house in St.
in
John's.
St. John's in the
It
Barney
was
garage.
so fucking cold. It was a Halloween party.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I forgot about that. I played that, right?
Yeah.
Oof.
That was
that's early on.
But I do remember I was a man with a monkey on his back. That was my Halloween costume. I think I had a monkey mask. on
We
my back.
demolished an entire bottle of Bullet bourbon.
I remember us sounding terrible.
Which sounds kind of pedestrian nowadays. It's like the three of us could just bottoms up on a bottle of Bullet and be like, yeah, let's make a podcast.
Yeah, why not?
A show that I remember, not my favorite show, but when we played this bar also in St. John's on Lombard called the Blue Parrot.
I remember the Blue Parrot.
Battle of the Band?
This is also
Yes.
where Toothbrush.
There was
Hold on.
There was a band called Branta, and they were actually really
Branta.
good. Branta.
Super
And,
good.
Yeah, I got their CD or tape or whatever. But they ended up winning, and I was like secretly like, "What? We were the better band, you know?"
but
They
they're from Seattle and they brought more
they were
crowd than
tour-
we did.
They did.
So they had better cheers. It was based
But
on cheers from the crowd, and they
that
brought more
stage
people.
and that venue was falling apart. Carpet just basically draped over a stage with holes in it. So if you stepped on the wrong part of the stage, you'd like twist your ankle or start sinking down. And the PA system, the mics were not grounded
Ungrounded
at all.
I got shocked like a
I
son
ended
of a
up,
bitch.
someone I think took their shirt off.
That was me.
And wrapped it around the microphone.
Yeah, for you.
Thank you.
And then I still got shocked
Thank
because
you,
I was
Elliot.
only backup vocals.
Thank you for sacrificing. But yeah, when you because when you're singing and you're especially with rock and roll music and you're up close to the mic, your lips and inevitably touch the microphone.
Yoink.
But there was such a live current through that mic that that was.
Did it seem? Was it raining or was the place flooded or something like that? I feel like
maybe at one point it was.
It was just self-induced torture. Unless you've been in a band and played one of these shitty fucking bars, it's very hard to relate to this. But basically, your lips are just dancing with the windscreen of the microphone, and at every juncture, there's a shock. It's like it'd be like self-induced torture where you have to go to sing to line, and you're getting shocked every time. But yet the show must go on, so you just keep singing and you keep getting shocked, and it's the most annoying fucking thing ever.
It's very S&M as you're saying it like that.
Well, yeah, maybe you like the torture, but I didn't like the torture.
Drummers.
Yeah, that bar was weird.
Elliot, are you going to be in town on the 25th?
I'm not. Sorry.
Boy, I don't like that.
I know.
We need you, buddy.
I'm really sad. I'm going to miss this gig.
Yeah, the 25th is the first Less Cash show since
for a year.
COVID happened.
COVID.
So I'm upset. Why can't you be
Come
here?
on, man.
You have other stuff going on?
I do.
I hit the button, everybody.
Was it your wedding
I
day?
hit the magic button.
Which one was it? Red?
Elliot's a very busy guy for a retired person.
525 Records podcast brought to you by The Roadcaster. If you have a podcast and you need an all-in-one solution, an in-the-box platform for all of your podcasting needs, you can't beat The Roadcaster. I use it. I love it. I highly recommend it.
Roadcaster.
You remember the, do you guys remember the Hawthorne Theater?
Oh, yeah.
That was a fucking amazing show.
That was a big
That would
big
think that was
venue.
maybe our first show.
We played it before they started getting really big
But it was-
bands
I don't
in
think
there.
that was our
still-
first show.
No, it was
but
still called Conan's at the time.
on the corner of 39th and Hawthorne.
Yes.
Well,
It was
like,
called Conan's at the time.
they started getting big bands. Like we saw Circle Jerks and the whole punk circle.
Yeah,
crew.
I saw a bunch.
Yeah.
I've seen some punk there.
But a big venue, 500.
I think we got
Plus.
that show through Josie and co-worker of Mark's.
You're talking
Yes.
about
At
the old
warehouse.
Masonic Lodge on the corner of 39th
Because she
and
started
Hawthorne.
working.
Certainly looks
She
like one.
started working for the Thrasher dude.
I'm talking,
What's the promoter guy?
Mike Thrasher.
rest in peace, Mike Thrasher.
Probably the first all ages show we played. Like most of our shows were all age 21 and up, but
It
that
was
one
the
they
weird
had
split down the middle.
Yeah, but
room.
the right in front of the stage was like all ages, and then they had a divider where the people drinking were actually further away. And I seem to remember we had quite a big crowd in the front. So
It felt like it.
yeah,
I have a-
feel like it.
I have a pretty good story from that day
Yeah.
when we played that show. We went there, we unloaded our gear, we set up. I think we even did sound check, and we're like, we're hungry. We need to find some food. So we walked down the street, walked down Hawthorne, landed at the Baghdad Theater.
I remember that.
We just got some slices of pizza.
A couple of drinks.
Do you remember that it was incredibly hot that day?
Yeah.
Like 100 degrees out.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there eating this slice of pizza. I look over. There's a homeless person like digging through the garbage next to me, right? I'm sitting there eating this slice of cheese pizza. This guy has a crazy scabby head wound on top of his head that's like seeping, like a big open crazy head wound. And he's reaching into the garbage that's, I don't know, 7 feet from me, across from our table on the edge of the street on Hawthorne. And he picks up a book. He picks up because there was a Ben and Jerry's right over there, right? Basically across the street from there, right within a block or so of the Baghdad. So someone had thrown their ice cream into the garbage. They're like, I'm done with this ice cream. This guy pulled it out and
It's in a cup.
it's in the little pint thing.
Yeah.
The little Ben and Jerry's pint. It's 100 degrees out and he's drinking the bottom of the Ben and Jerry's pint
Some protein.
with this open head wound. And I'm eating cheese pizza. It was too much. I was like, and it's 100 degrees out, so I'm already losing my fucking mind. I'm like, oh,
I'm not
already
hungry
too much.
anymore. Can we go play this show now?
Yeah, I don't really want. Ugh.
That just really puts you in a rock and roll mood there,
Dude.
doesn't it? I mean,
Open headwood homeless guy drinking ice cream from the garbage.
yeah, I'm so pumped to go play this show.
You know where I think my favorite place to play was the Tonic on Sandy. I liked their stage and their room.
Yeah. Blue Skies Wood Metal. Play with the Smokes. Yeah, that was a great place.
See, that was the era though when it's like you make no money except for the door, but out of the door comes the sound guy and the door guy.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, after drinks, you probably owe them money. But that's the 2000s, you know. That's like the early 2000s, I guess.
Smoking on stage.
Did we ever play a
smoking on
venue where we?
stage.
Did we ever play a show where we got a percentage of bar sales?
Yes.
I was never
Firkin
involved
Tavern
with the
every
money.
single time.
Is it?
They Z out when you start, and then they Z out, I guess is the term. Tell the register stop here, and they tell the register stop here. Whatever sales in there, they give you a percentage
that's
of
the
those
way to
sales.
go.
I gotta say that
Because that's
you always
really
bring-
like
yeah.
if you bring people in,
You bring people, you bring alcoholics,
yeah,
forget about it. You're making a bunch of money.
that reunion show at the Firkin, the last show we played.
dude, that show was awesome.
That was one of the greatest nights of my life.
Yeah,
I was in the pangs of opiate withdrawals, and somebody saved me with an expired old fentanyl.
Oh, fentanyl
lollipop.
pop.
Yeah.
I was just talking about the
He
fentanyl
just
pop.
told that story
I was
last night.
just telling people about that. I was like, I think it was expired, and someone in the crowd was like, "That's dangerous. You shouldn't
Not
have
for
given
me."
that to a person." I'm like, "No, this guy could have shoved that thing up his ass." And
Well, I took
plugged
it.
it into his crazy soft membrane of his butthole and been just fine.
The person who provided it, who shall remain nameless, was a real lifesaver. But it was about 3:00 in the afternoon, way too early, you know. And
I don't remember where that person got that.
I mean, I was literally just diarrhea shitting and laying on the ground, sweating, and couldn't even fucking walk. And then
That sounds so fun.
I popped that fentanyl pop, and I felt like $1 million for about 2 hours. And then it started to fade, and then I still had to continue drinking. But
Really?
that show was great as a result of that, because, you know, we had to load gear, all that shit, all the shit you do in a rock band.
Yeah, that was the triple bill, right?
Yeah, the infamous
Yeah.
Mark triple
plays
bill.
every show.
The I can'ts, less cash senators. But I'll never
Oh, less
forget.
cash with Alpha.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
Like,
weird.
The only band that ever played the Firkin that really had like packed, sold out energy with mad applause, the Autonomics. And I feel like that night we got close to that kind of level.
will you please silence your phone?
I hate this. Knock it off.
Oh,
I'll just take my
Elliot.
headphones off. It's still out in the air.
Baby, I have to call you back. I love you.
I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
I have to call
you
back.
FaceTiming?
I love you. Yes, I'm working. I love you.
How come you don't show us?
All right, love you. Bye. All right, but
Wow.
Hey, Elliot. How come you have a jazzy version of Darth Vader's Death March for your fucking the favorite person in your life's ringtone?
Wow,
it's a,
John, excellent observation.
It's a mellow-
and excellent question.
It's
Yeah.
a mellow version.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
you know,
it
it's
takes-
still a doomy song.
And then he picks up the whiskey and takes a pull.
Dun, dun,
But it-
dun,
oh, boy.
dun, dun,
Don't you
dun,
guys-
dun,
I love
dun,
the
dun.
reaction is yeah, my answer to that question is a duk, 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 duk.
Look, how do you take a sad, evil song and make it sound good and happy? That's why this ringtone
Yeah,
appeals
I
to
guess
me.
that's what
Yeah.
What's his name?
But
Richard
you are still
Richard
putting
Cheezel,
that
pickled
ringtone on your
cheese.
girlfriend.
Well, look, I just needed something so I
Richard
could
Cheese.
tell whether it was a spam call and
Gotcha.
whether I should mute it immediately or actually.
But
pick
you
it up.
chose
It's just
Darth
coincidental.
Vader's Death March.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
because it's a jazzy,
Yeah.
snazzy version of
You
it.
kind of look like Princess Leia with your buns on your side right now.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
We all look like Princess Leia with our buns on our side. You need some
Can we hear another
indirect-
song?
You need some indirect
to get
mood
us,
lighting out here.
We're taking requests on the 525 podcast. My guest today on the podcast,
What do you want to hear, John?
John Rasmussen, the drummer.
If I were to pick any Senator's song to listen
Yeah.
to right now, hold on. I need like a minute.
Oh, by the way,
That's
people,
that's a serious
senators
question.
equals bird politics.
Because
Yeah, you got to say
We
bird
changed
politics.
our
quite a bit.
name
There's
several
quite a bit.
times
That's quite a bit. You know what I'd like to hear?
Yeah.
The most recent Bird Politics song.
Okay. Oh, the one we did in the Maple Lane.
It's the three of us at Maple Lane.
Yeah.
Just like a couple months
You
ago.
got that on your phone, E-Train?
Do I have that on my phone?
Get out of here. What a stupid question. Jesus. Fuck, I hope it's good because I just requested this. Oh, no, that's right. It's good.
The latest, greatest Bird Politics song, yet unreleased, fresh out of the can, still being worked on as we speak.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Needs I think another mix or another pass through, but not bad for recording it in the new studio over there.
I spent all night. I stayed up all night till the sunrise mixing that.
Yeah, you did a great job.
I think it sounds perfect. I don't know what Seth is talking about.
I think the low end's a little.
It needs
intense.
another pass.
You need to hear more snare. You need, a little more high end stuff.
I think
through.
less high end on the snare, a little more low end on the snare. If we're just going to talk the snare, I mean, we can start. Do you want to start at snare and work our way through every?
Sure. I feel like it's just a little muddy, and it's epic, and it's a ton of reverb on the drums.
I wanted it as big as I could make it.
Yeah, and it is, and I love it. But
Way
I'm just
over
saying,
the top. I took it to my engineer mentor in Vegas, the great Johnny Gibson.
Yeah, what do you say?
Tone Factory, big shout out.
Johnny Gibson, it's like a combination of John Rasmussen and Seth Gibson.
No, this guy's awesome.
This guy's got to be good.
I like that.
He's currently working with Debbie Gibson on her new record. So.
She goes by Deborah.
Are they related?
No, but he's amazing. He's awesome. But I played it
by Deborah Gibson.
I played it for him, and he was just sort of
the
like
latest Deborah Gibson.
Debbie Gibson
is a real thing.
I want to hear what he said. You played it for him, and what did he say?
He's like, yeah, it's all right. It didn't blow him away.
Did you tell him that we recorded it with an Apollo and a Mac and some shitty mics?
Yeah. In an annex of a compound.
Yeah.
Did I tell him that I poured my heart and soul and sweat into a 12-hour mixing session where I stayed up until the sunrise to finish it?
I don't know.
He does that every day though. He's a hardcore engineer. He's mixing all kinds of shit 24/7.
Well, he's probably bored by anybody who asks, "What do you think of this?"
What are we talking about?
I love it. I love that you have all your fucking hits over there.
I got a Roadcaster today. This is what we're breaking in tonight. And
so you get 8?
That's not important right now. The first thing I did was program the pads with Joe Budden sound
You get
effects.
more than 8, I think.
I like that you have
the 525 Records podcast brought to you by Roadcaster. If you're in the podcast game, you got a podcast out there, you need an all-in-one solution. You need an in-the-box platform capable of all modern technology has to offer. Go to Roadcaster. Check it out.
Hey, Elliot, can I add 2 cents to that Roadcaster ad?
Desperate dick.
Hey, here's the thing. The Roadcaster is so good that it's incapable of not being capable. It doesn't even know how to do it. It doesn't even know how to be incapable.
I like that double negative, John. You're onto something.
It can't not
You're
be
an ad
great.
man.
It doesn't understand incapable.
Back to bird politics. John, what are some of your favorite memories? I mean, I know we used to play a lot of shows really fucked up, a lot of drugs, a lot of booze. Kelly's Olympian comes to mind.
That was our quote-unquote last show ever.
Well, we played there a few times, and this is where memory gets foggy.
Oh, yeah.
I only remember the last one.
This is what I'm saying. Drugs. A hell of a time.
Who do we play with the first time?
I don't remember drugs.
Bro, I remember drugs.
Oh.
I remember drugs on the last show.
If by drugs you mean cracking the bodies of Stratocasters, then
I mean, I don't know how I never got arrested, but here, this was my routine: is I would buy a bunch of pills illegally, and then I'd put them in an Altoid tin. I'd go through TSA with about 100 felonies if they were, God forbid, to ever open my bag. And then
1, 2, 3, 4,
each one a felony, and I'll just put them in an Altoids tin.
100 counts.
Never got busted, thank God. I must have a guardian angel. But and then roll into Portland, play some music.
The entirety of our band's sorry, I'm misspeaking. The whole time we were a band, Elliot didn't live in Portland, but everyone else did. He lived in Vegas.
A frequent flyer on Southwest Airlines.
He would come up.
He'd
practice at home, I guess.
Residency in
We'd
Portland.
practice. If we had a show coming up, he'd fly up and we'd cram in like 2 practices before the show.
I would say he was a resident of Portland because he was the primary leaseholder on a
I don't think that was happening yet. This is before the 525 house.
Oh yeah.
But what a feat, really. I mean, commuter band member.
Oh yeah, that's
Still,
right.
we're able to play shows all over town.
Record, play shows.
Record
Recording is one thing. Playing shows is another. Where it's like, yeah, you got to be around a few weekends a year.
Well, I'm never
dedication.
I'm never one to toot my own horn, but the entire year of 2007, I would say that was the peak year of bird politics. / we keep calling it the Senators.
2007.
I had owned a house. I worked
Because it was the Senators. We played under the name of the Senators.
80 hours a week, 2 jobs. I'd fly up Friday. I'd fly back Sunday night. Go back to work on Monday. I mean, there's no way I could ever do that without a fuck ton of
without tooting your own horn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And man, that fucking house, dude.
What about without putting some toot in your horn?
I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn. But.
Yeah. Kelly's that show. Okay, so I'm moving to Austin. It's billed as the last show at Kelly's Olympian.
What is this an official announcement?
We get Shaun White to do his senior reel. Basically, every movie, every video he's ever made is projected behind the band, and we played, I think, every song we ever wrote except for like 1 or 2 maybe, and so I think we closed it. The Smokes got the show, and we tagged along, I think, and then they just let us play. We took 2 slots, I think. It was just the Smokes opening, and then we played like 2 whole albums. I mean,
the best part. I mean, okay, number one, Shaun
Drug Energy.
Shaun White.
Question.
Shaun White, genius. Love his work. He's made a number of insanely awesome videos. But see, there's some hidden footage of Penka
in the background.
Yeah. Yes, and I'm
doing, what is it? Unknown soldier, unnamed soldier.
I had no idea. Penka had filmed a music video. Where is this video? How do we get it?
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see again.
I'll look it up right now.
He also recorded. I think he had to learn to use Pro Tools in that same school, and I remember doing a random song with John and Alpha, and that was maybe one of my first.
It's the worst.
It's so bad.
We just listened to it the other night. It's the worst song.
It was like the first time I played bass, or I just started playing bass.
I wish you could give a little sample right now because it's the worst song.
It was like a collaboration, and then eventually it devolves into John saying the Pledge of Allegiance in like a deep John
so
voice.
Weird. That's right.
Like Christmas Vacation.
Like a weird demented
allegiance to the flag.
Like Henry Rollins.
Like we are all over the top. All 3 of us are like.
I was thinking Henry Rollins, but it came across more as like weird cartoon character.
Yeah.
What did you say? You better get all those party materials out.
Get yourself straight. She'll kick you right out of this.
Cha, you're live on the podcast.
Get yourself straight. She'll kick you right out of this house, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're podcasting.
Can I have some tequila now?
Of course.
Hey, John, will you give me a quick list of all the bands you've ever played drums in, starting from when you were first started playing?
Let's see. There's Rasmussen.
No, stop.
No, you're way off.
Rasmussen.
Were you in Circus Mind?
I auditioned for Circus Mind. I was never a member.
Okay.
Drexel.
Give me the list.
Okay.
Starting with brother sister groups that didn't even have a name.
Before brother sister groups.
Okay.
Downer. Milwaukie band.
Who was Downer?
Jason Stewart, myself, and Justin Weehage. Justin something like that.
Okay. What kind of music do you guys play?
We were doing Nirvana covers.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So you get it. You get the vibe right off that, right?
Yeah.
Nirvana covers, and then the originals were like just. The band was called Downer, and we were doing Nirvana covers. So it's just like blam 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 blam.
What grade do you think?
What grade
were you in?
Oh, I was like a freshman.
Okay.
Downer was awesome. There were moments where like I would be playing music on the drums, and then all of a sudden I'd be on my back and stroking air.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, my drum stool collapsed. And now I'm on my back, but I think I'm still playing the drums.
Where are these shows? Are you playing shows? Or is this?
No, this is at my parents' house.
Okay.
We're kids in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the band right before Penka?
Have you ever heard Verla? Have you ever heard Verla?
I don't think so.
Oh, you would lose your fucking mind. You'd be like, what the fuck is this? I'm going to find it. I'm going to play it for you. Because Elliot, you'd be like, this is a study in like Bananas
Republic.
early 90s music where you're doing something everybody else is doing grunge, but you're still doing like U2. Ooh.
Next band, John.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, so we have Downer is the first band I was ever in. Well, me and Alpha playing in the fucking attic is the first band I've ever in, but we didn't have a name. It was the let's get stoned, listen to Led Zeppelin, and then rock out a couple of songs.
You were at one point a long-haired stoner.
Yeah, twice. A long-haired stoner.
Hard to believe. So when did Penka get together?
Okay. You're jumping me forward in time.
What is there a band before Penka
There was Verla, and then there was I think during Verla we started playing with John Zeman, and then also Bill Doty, and that was Freak Freely.
Freak Freely.
Yeah.
I remember Freak Freely.
Yeah. We had stickers and everything, Elliot.
That's a great name.
I thought that was the same band
Yeah.
with a different name, though. No? I thought it was Lit.
There was also Lit.
Freak
There was
Freely.
3 Pound Universe.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them. But yeah, that was essentially
Did
Alpha.
Scott Duke ever play with you guys? Or no?
When we lived together, yeah, we'd play in the basement.
Yeah, okay.
We never had a band together,
No?
though.
All right.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, I remember meeting
So
him when
good.
I was 16, and I was like, oh, this is a guitar virtuoso.
What do you have? He had a fucking Paul Reed Smith or something?
Yeah, he was.
His guitar was
badass.
fucking beautiful. First of all, his guitar was beautiful, and he played it perfectly.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, shit. What am I supposed to do now? Here's this guy doing music at some level that makes zero sense for me to give a fuck about trying. You know what I mean? Where it's like, why do I bother?
He blew me away watching him at the 525 house in the
Yeah.
90s before I lived there. And I don't know.
Scott Duke?
Yeah. Jamming in the living room for sure. I remember that. We played a show at Vic's. We moved up from California, 45-minute lick.
Oh, Vic's.
We used to go there to drink quite a bit. And
I remember
cool.
getting in there underage, and I don't know if you guys were playing the show there at night.
Oh,
though.
absolutely.
We played
It's all about shows there. Otherwise, they'd be like, fuck off, kid. I have one interaction that happened there. It was with my older brother. I was going there to meet Maston, one of the owners. Maston was the hookup for some fucking sweet leaf for my brother to get stoned. So I was with Drexel. Drexel vouched for me. Oh, it all
Drexel.
comes back to fucking Drexel. Drexel vouched for me. It's like I ordered a fucking. Okay, so I'm like 19 years old, walking into Vic's for the first time, and Drexel is like, I can vouch for this guy. I order a fucking apricot ale, and then I think. Yeah, I think it was Maston. It was Maston, the owner, was fucking working. He's like, ugh. It's like, you vouch for this guy? It's like, yeah, I vouch for this guy. He's 21. And I'm like 19, like, an apricot ale? Like, it was a... But here's the thing, man. Apricot ale was the shit because it was a McMiniman's brand at that time, was their apricot ale. Dude, we got to find these old Ed sessions.
Yeah.
There are some really good... Elliot, do you have any of the Ed sessions?
What are the
damn
Ed
you.
sessions?
It was this fuckhead named Ed recorded us at the Paris Theater live.
Oh, yeah.
In the theater. Yeah.
I'd like to hear that.
Let's hear do you have all of it?
So this is before you changed the name to Penka, right? The Ed sessions. Like
I'm trying to think.
Because
Who
I
was in
remember
it?
there
You
were
and
like
Alpha and
various
who?
stages
And
of
Bronson.
polishedness. And I remember you guys practicing at some other guitar player's house down in Brooklyn, maybe.
No,
You lived there.
Southwest.
Huh?
Over on the it was Bill.
Bill, yeah.
Yeah. That was over.
Southwest.
Yeah, that was on the other side of the
Oh, yeah.
It was
Just
off
Macadam. Yeah.
Off Macadam, yeah.
Yeah. So this is before that, right? Like before Bill was in the band?
I think it's after.
Okay.
It feels like it should be before because it's one less member. We're still playing as a 3-piece, but I feel like we ditched a 4th member and ended up playing as a 3-piece. Maybe again.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So Bronson was always in these incarnations, though, right?
Yes.
Or did he? Yeah. Okay.
What did he play?
The bass. Yeah.
He rocked the bass.
I remember him telling me a story one time about he was out in Estacada and fucking walked back to Southeast Portland
Oh yeah.
the whole time playing a nylon string guitar, practicing bass. But
Are you sure
he
it
was
wasn't
he was of course shirtless, as he is often.
squirtless?
Yeah, but his guitar, he said, was stuck to his, like he could just put his hands down, and the guitar was stuck to his body, and then he put his hands back up and keep walking.
No,
It's still playing.
that's hilarious.
Like keep walking again. But he really built his chops up, man. Like,
On that walk?
well, just in joining and playing with the band. Guess he didn't have experience when he first joined, did he? Like, he kind of...
No, Alpha, and I mean, between me playing drums and Alpha playing guitar,
Yeah.
yeah, he had learned.
Yeah, he stepped in and...
He was,
I mean...
he was aggressively
Right, he goes a quick
ambitious,
study.
and I was like, hell yeah. This is with Sean White. Good. Oh, so good.
Yeah, really good. I love
Alpha, she's so good. This is with
I love that. Damn, that song. is fucking rocking, dude.
Thank you,
would be like
Elliot,
a fucking-
for finding that, because that's the song that we recorded a video to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
With
make
Sean.
money, we just
mean-
need to release that shit.
Yeah, that
That's
might be-
fucking pop. Fucking
Yeah, it's gold.
Golden.
It's gold. It's
It's
gold,
golden.
baby. That's who. All of a sudden,
that's-
me and Alpha are living on yachts.
That's officially a Panko release,
and Cha
right?
and
It's a
Seth
Panko
and Milo and
recording.
Nina in the
That's a 525
in
release,
steerage.
right?
It should be.
You got to pursue
Someday.
that.
Come on, man. That's like
Let's make
Yeah.
that part of your label.
I already said that shit.
Yeah. You know what show I just remembered
Hair is
that
too
was
much.
kind of fun and weird was a little pop-up bar venue on 82nd Avenue called the Red Room.
The Red Room.
Yeah.
And these were the days of MySpace when you were a band. You
Lambo.
you could actually connect with venues around town.
Venues.
Thank you, John.
God.
And so you could actually do
Lambo.
your own booking. You know, like, it was really easy to book shows. You just connect with.
I
them
remember
on,
the Red Room.
on
Yeah.
MySpace,
Yeah.
and
Totally.
we played with the Atomic Housewives there.
The Atomic Housewives?
I don't remember
Yeah.
that show.
Oof.
They were pretty good. They were punk rock.
Oh wait,
But
maybe
I
do.
remember that was like the first time we ever got
I don't mean to
maybe
sound
I was the
sexist,
one-
but were they girls?
yeah. It was not all girls, but yeah,
The
mostly.
Atomic Housewives?
Yeah,
Were
There was
mostly
some-
girls?
There's some
the front
vaginas
woman
there.
was a girl and guitar player.
There were a couple of
And,
vaginas.
A couple of vaginas.
But
in
I
the band.
remember them saying that was like the first compliment from another band I ever got.
They were
playing
like,
live.
hey, you guys were pretty good.
No, they said walk a bike. They're like, that song fucking rocked. And I
That
was
song
like,
does.
"Thank
You should listen to
that
that
song
right
does.
now.
We
Come
already-
on,
Oh,
EJ.
we
No,
already-
that was
we already
the
played
intro
it.
to the
Oh,
podcast.
come
That was the
on.
intro. That was the intro to the podcast.
I've got some questions about bird politics. Is it?
That was weird because he almost
Continue.
couldn't. You almost couldn't pronounce the.
Well, the name game. Seriously, guys. Bird politic or bird politics?
Bird politics,
Bird politics, right? Okay.
plural.
Yeah. Because there was a while where the discussion of whether it was singular or plural was on the table, remember?
Oh wait, or is it possessive? I don't even
Yeah.
know.
It was very confusing. It had, remember, it was also at the time we were trying to figure out what irony really was. Like the concept of irony was. Anyway, class hopper, senators, class hopper,
So that's the real
bird
conundrum,
politics,
is that
right?
we've had so many different band names.
You guys could not, it's like,
There was other
it's
lights.
almost
I think Elliot came down to Austin. We actually tried to master one
other,
of the
no,
Senators
we didn't
records.
like that one though. I don't think.
Yeah,
What was
we
it called?
did.
Other Lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that E-Train?
Talk about the first time you saw Seth on stage playing in Bird Politics. Do you remember that at all?
I mean, the Senators.
The Senator / Bird Politics.
The first time I saw him on stage, yeah, like I was like, we were already really deeply in sex love at the time.
If
So
I could-
I just wanted to like have more sex love with him.
You guys met at the DFW airport at
Yeah.
some random airport bar, and then before you know it, you're going to Portland.
I couldn't remember what Seth looked like because I only met him for like an hour and a half, but we had this like pretty cool conversation. And then I got on the plane. I remember I was like smiling the whole plane ride home. I was like, I'm so happy right now. And then when I got home, I was like, yeah, I met this dude in the airport. And then we had like a party and I like crashed my motorcycle into the ground. And then anyway, Seth and I started talking on the phone, but I could not fucking remember what he looked like. But he sent me a picture from Wes's wedding of him in this like salmon colored shirt. You were there. You remember the salmon shirt.
Yeah, we had to buy those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out
For
of our
Banana
own
Republic.
Yeah, and Seth was like all like kind of clean cut, but like, but it didn't even look like him. Like to this day, there's this weird thing about Seth and pictures. Like there are pictures from his childhood where I'm like, that doesn't even look like I can't see you in it. But like, anyway, Seth sent me that picture and that's all I had to go on. And I was like, I can't even remember what you look like. And I remember I flew back up. Or Seth and I were like, okay. And I was like, I'm going to go visit the dude I met in the airport. And all my friends were like, you're fucking crazy. And then, whatever. And so I get here, but I was so nervous. And I got off the plane, and I remember I stopped in the bathroom, and I was like checking, like, do I look okay? You know? And I remember Seth was standing outside, you know, in PDX, like holding a postcard. And I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, we're totally having sex. Because you were really hot.
Hey.
Anyway.
Elliot, I know what I'm up to.
I don't think I saw you on, well, yeah, I don't think I saw you on stage until I started, because then I started flying up and you played like some parties, I remember. Oh, definitely at the 525 in the basement. That's probably the first, that's the first place I saw you play, was down in the basement.
Rehearsal, when we went and knocked on the door and John was so drunk that he couldn't answer the door, and then we went to the movie instead.
Yeah. With Mark.
We were supposed to have band practice, but John was not answering the door at 525.
He wasn't drunk. He was hungover.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
And so then you and me and Mark went to the OMSI to watch a movie instead.
And I had diarrhea.
And then I think later in the day after the movie, maybe we went back to the house and John was up and we rehearsed.
Yeah, and then me and John met for the first time.
Right.
And we were like, you're cool. Actually, I spent so much time on that porch sitting there while you got, I mean, like, I love sitting on that porch. It was so fun. That view right there.
Scorched from the earth. Doesn't exist anymore.
No, that fucking
just
porch,
not a porch anymore. We're going to have to find a new porch.
So fun.
Do you remember the show the Sinners played at Kyle's house for the Halloween party?
Oh, God,
in the
do
barn?
I? Yeah. I was your stalker, remember?
Yeah.
That was a good Halloween costume.
Scary.
I had
costume.
like, yeah.
With the CK or a LK?
I had like a black bindi and my eyes. I put like black, like coal, like really dark. And then I had a red hoodie and I just followed Seth around all night.
People were actually, I remember someone came up and was like, is she okay? Like,
yeah, it's her Halloween costume.
Yeah.
She's a stalker.
She's a stalker. Get it?
All right. Let's end it.
Let's go play a song.
Thank you all for tuning in to 525 Records Podcast. This is Seth Gibson closing it out.
525 Records Podcast proudly presented by the Roadcaster from Road.
Hold on.
And Old Crow.
Elliot didn't cause it. Elliot didn't.
And Old Crow whiskey.
No, wait. Hold on. Seth didn't close it out. Elliot didn't close it out. I'm closing it out right now.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure talking to you guys today, reliving old memories. John, thank you so much for doing the podcast. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Elliot.
Seth, thank you so much for doing the podcast. I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Bird Politics, 525records.com.
Should we play a couple of songs? Will you cut out the last end of
I'll cut out nothing and you'll like it.
That's fine.
Get your own podcast. If you don't like it, get your own podcast.
That's what I say here all the time.
If you don't like it, get your own podcast.
If you don't like it, start your own podcast.
You know, people come up to me with a lot of criticism.
That's not a good. How long does the amp have to really?
It's got to warm up
What are you
for.
smiling about?
People come up to me all the
so
time
fucking
with
happy
criticism.
right now.
And they have all kinds of criticism about the podcast. Oh, you should do this. You should do that. And I always say the same thing. Start your own fucking podcast.
You should talk less.
Start your own podcast. That's what I always say. Start your own podcast. It's incredibly hard.
Come on, man.
You gotta have the
Fuck
gear.
you guys in your fucking.
Can you just
Stop touching buttons.
can you guys just please
Give me a little break here.
Can we please give you a little break here?